Oh, sorry. So, are we ready? Sorry, let me just, I'll just put my phone away. So good morning everyone. Assembly this morning in a different kind of a format. We're not able to use the hall because of exams, so we're using Weald TV. If you're interested in getting involved, see Mr. Miller, see Mr. Hodge, and you can be one of the good people who makes assemblies and does various shows around the school. Really great thing to get into. What I want to talk about this morning is one of our widely important goals, and it's about a wider experience that builds self-esteem and resilience. Self-esteem. Self-esteem is what you think about yourself, and resilience is your ability to do things when the going gets tough, not to give up. And a lot of what I want to talk about is about mobile phones. Excuse me at the start there, I didn't realise that we'd started. Because I think as a society we've become rather obsessed with them. And I think you students, as typical teenagers, you too have become rather obsessed about mobile phones. There was an article on the BBC recently, and hopefully if the technology is working, the slides will be flashing up either above me, below me, or either to the side of me. It was on the BBC website, and there was a primary school teacher in America, and she'd asked her year 2 or 3 students if they could have something that they wish hadn't been invented, what would it be? Real surprise, one of the students said, a mobile phone. He wished that the mobile phone had never been invented. And that was a real shock to her, and he wrote a little passage about it, and she read it. And these were his words. I would say that I don't like the phone, the child wrote. I don't like the phone because my parents are on the phone every day. A phone is sometimes a really bad habit. The student completed the work with a drawing of a mobile phone with a cross through it and a large sad face saying, I hate it. Of course, what the student was really saying wasn't that they hated the phone. What he was saying was what the phone was doing to his relationship with parents. Now, phones haven't always been there. Phones were only really available from the mid-80s. I can remember working in a summer camp in America in 1983, and a chap I worked with who did ham radio. Ham radio is when you do Morse code and you broadcast it over a wire, and he had a mobile phone. It was a huge thing. Weighed must about 1 kilogram, and he told me, Peter, he said, I can speak to anyone in the world on this device here. The reality was there were only about 100 people in the world he could speak to at that time, because only 100 people really had a mobile phone. But as the years have gone by, you'll see some pictures now of mobile phones. They started big and they got smaller and smaller and smaller. And now, of course, it's not just a mobile phone. This is a mini computer. This is a smartphone. You can email, you can take photographs, you can record, you can surf the web. Number of things you could do. So how do we survive before we had mobile phones? What do we do? Well, in the good old, well, if they were good old days, when you went out as a student, you told your parents you're going out, you'd meet under the clock in Marks and Spencer's. If you got into trouble or couldn't find your friend, or you'd phone home and you'd use a telephone box. Life was possible before these came along. And of course, because we didn't spend as much time on phones, we had more time to be with people. And that's what that little boy was saying in year 2 or 3 about his relationship with the phone and what it was doing to his relationship with his parents. It was changing the way that we interact. And the question I've got for you in this assembly is your use of your mobile phone affecting the way that you interact with other people? I try and minimise the use of my phone. I enjoy it, but I try and use it sensibly. I try and do other things. I try and do other things that involve just me or with other people. Last week I was in a play. It was a cricket play actually. It was called Outside Edge. That may shock you. I'm not really a head teacher. I am an actor waiting to be discovered. I have been waiting 35 years and I've not yet been discovered, but I live in hope. So I did that, and many of you will know that I play golf. I'm more than happy to do that with other people, and I'm more than happy to do it by myself. I find it hugely freeing. I do it without a telephone. I enjoy the peace, the quiet, the tranquility, the need to just concentrate on playing golf and where I'm going to try and hit that ball. And that's important. Last weekend, a number of students were involved in the Duke of Edinburgh Ward, and it was really nice to see them taking part in something where they weren't allowed to have a telephone. And the pictures you're going to be seeing now is them putting up tents, sitting at a campsite and talking to each other. Sometimes you think you're with your friends, but you're not. You're simply with your phone in the presence of your friends, and I don't think that is good. So, on one of the checkpoints, I had a conversation with several groups of students, and the question was this: how many hours a day do you use your phone? Now, your tutor may wish to pause this now and have a chat with you. Is it less than an hour? Is it more than 1 hour, more than 2 hours, or more than 3 hours? Or heaven forbid, even more than that. Because one of the things that I found out is that many people are using their phone for more than 3 hours. And I don't think that's good. I don't think it's healthy. And you may think you're with your friends, but you're not with your friends. What you're doing is using your phone in the company of your friends, which isn't good news. So, half term is coming up. You've got 9 days off, 5 weekdays, 2 weekends. This is your challenge. What I want you to do is to try and be phoneless for 2 days. 2 whole days. I took a group of students to Kenya last summer, and it was interesting. We were there nearly 3 weeks, and there was virtually no internet connection, so they had to be phoneless for 3 weeks. We did activities in the evening, we sat and talked, we played cards, we learnt games that they hadn't played before. They had to talk, and they really had to talk and listen to each other. It was fantastic. They really enjoyed it, and there was a real freedom to that. So can you do that? Can you take up the phone-free challenge over half term? Can you be phone-free for a full 48 hours? I will send an email on the first day. Tutors, I want you to ask your tutor group. When I finish this in a second, I want you to see who's even prepared to give it a go. I dare say there will be some people who perhaps don't even have the willpower to do that. But part of what we want you to do is to develop a good self-esteem. And part of the way that you develop a good self-esteem is to be and talk and relate with other people. Part of the way that you develop resilience is to work and talk and relate to other people. Give it a go, see if you can do it, enjoy half term, and see you on your return. Goodbye.